Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. There's an undeniable buzz sweeping through the basketball world today as rumors solidify into what seems to be a concrete reality. Chris Boucher, the towering forward known for his athleticism and defensive presence, is reportedly joining the Boston Celtics in a move that could shake up their roster dynamics in ways few expected. Sources close to the team suggest that Boucher's addition is not just a standard roster move, but a strategic maneuver aimed at reinforcing depth, particularly in the front court, where injuries and inconsistencies have plagued the Celtics throughout the current season. Analysts have been circling the implications, noting that Boucher brings a blend of shot blocking, three-point shooting, and versatility that could significantly expand Boston's tactical options, especially in high-stakes playoff scenarios. Fans on social media have been reacting with a mixture of excitement and skepticism, debating whether his skill set will truly integrate seamlessly into the Celtics' fast-paced, team-oriented system. Behind the scenes, the Celtics management appears confident that Boucher's experience in both offensive spacing and rim protection will allow them to rotate their players more efficiently without sacrificing quality, potentially alleviating the pressure on their star forwards and centers. This acquisition, if confirmed, marks a notable example of a team proactively addressing gaps mid-season, which could alter the balance of power in the Eastern Conference. Moreover, the timing of this move coincides with a series of grueling matchups that could test the depth and resilience of Boston's roster, prompting insiders to speculate that Boucher might play a pivotal role in clutch moments. Discussions among commentators and former players have focused on how Boucher's unique combination of height, agility, and perimeter shooting could create matchup nightmares for opponents, enabling Boston to exploit defensive weaknesses that previously went unchallenged. Overall, the chatter surrounding this potential signing reflects a growing consensus that Boston is not merely filling a roster spot, but actively reshaping its identity to remain a serious contender in an increasingly competitive landscape. Industry insiders point out that Boucher's journey to Boston has been characterized by perseverance and adaptability, traits that have defined his career from the early days in Canada to his professional stints across various NBA teams. Known for his relentless energy on both ends of the floor, Boucher has consistently demonstrated the ability to change the tempo of a game, whether through key blocks, timely offensive rebounds, or unexpected three-point shots that shift momentum. The Celtics, reportedly monitoring his performance closely over the past months, appear convinced that his skill set aligns with their overarching strategic vision, especially in terms of rotational flexibility. By integrating Boucher into the rotation, Boston may find itself equipped to withstand the physical and mental toll of a congested schedule while simultaneously providing their star players with the necessary rest to maintain peak performance. Speculators suggest that Boucher's presence could also influence the team's defensive schemes, allowing for more aggressive switching without compromising interior protection, which has been a concern in previous matchups. Fans are already imagining scenarios where Boucher's versatility enables Celtics coaches to experiment with unconventional lineups, creating mismatches and exploiting weaknesses in rival teams' defenses. Social media discussions are buzzing with projections of how Boucher could complement established players, potentially elevating both offensive fluidity and defensive cohesion. The excitement is palpable, as experts highlight that Boucher is not merely a supplementary piece, but a potentially transformative presence capable of shifting the rhythm of the team in critical moments. While no official confirmation has been issued yet, the alignment of insider reports, visual scouting, and statistical analyses has convinced many that Boston's rotation will soon feature a player capable of making a tangible difference in both scoring output and defensive intensity. If this acquisition materializes as anticipated, it may serve as a turning point for the Celtics, reinforcing the perception that they are committed to proactive roster management and strategic innovation, rather than relying solely on established stars to carry the load. Ultimately, the rumor reflects a broader trend in the NBA. teams increasingly recognize the value of rotational depth and flexibility, making acquisitions like Boucher not just opportunistic, but essential for sustained success over a demanding season. Whispers of Boucher's potential move to the Celtics first surfaced in niche basketball forums and insider podcasts, where analysts dissected every possible motivation behind Boston's interest. Initial speculation was met with cautious optimism, as many observers debated whether a player with Boucher's history of inconsistent minutes could translate into a meaningful role within a championship-contending squad. However, as sources with direct knowledge of front office deliberations began to provide corroborating details, the conversation shifted from uncertainty to anticipation. Analysts now suggest that Boucher's arrival could catalyze a chain reaction affecting rotations, minute allocations, and even trade considerations, as the Celtics might now view certain matchups through a new lens, emphasizing flexibility over rigid starter-heavy schemes. The potential signing has reignited debates among commentators regarding the optimal use of hybrid forwards in modern NBA systems, highlighting how players capable of defending multiple positions and stretching the floor are increasingly prized commodities. Observers have also focused on how Boucher's unique blend of length, agility, and shooting mechanics could allow Boston to experiment with high-risk, high-reward lineups, particularly against teams with dominant big men who previously neutralized Celtics' interior strategies. Social media reactions underscore the buzz, with fans debating whether this move signals a short-term tactical adjustment or a longer-term commitment to redefining Boston's team identity around versatile, multidimensional players. Discussions around Boucher's potential role in crunch-time situations have intensified as pundits speculate on how his presence might alleviate pressure on established stars, providing breathing room while maintaining competitive intensity. Behind closed doors, Celtics coaches are reportedly evaluating specific matchups where Boucher's defensive range could neutralize threats that have historically challenged the team. These tactical deliberations, combined with statistical modeling and historical performance metrics, paint a picture of a player whose integration could fundamentally influence not only individual rotations, but the broader strategic philosophy employed by Boston. In essence, Boucher's rumored arrival has sparked a confluence of speculation, excitement, and cautious analysis, reflecting the complexities of modern NBA roster management. Observers note that Boucher's potential integration into the Celtics rotation could represent a paradigm shift in how the team manages both energy expenditure and strategic deployment across back-to-back games, particularly during stretches where fatigue has historically limited offensive fluidity and defensive cohesion. Sources suggest that Boston's coaching staff has been meticulously analyzing video footage, advanced metrics, and opponent tendencies to determine the most effective utilization of Boucher's unique skill set, with an emphasis on rotational flexibility, perimeter spacing, and rim protection. Insiders hint that the Celtics view this acquisition not merely as a short-term patch, but as a deliberate investment in sustainable competitive advantage, capable of addressing gaps that traditional rotation structures have failed to resolve. Speculation around Boucher's role in crunch-time scenarios has generated particular excitement, as analysts envision lineups in which his presence allows for aggressive defensive schemes without compromising rebounding efficiency or floor spacing. Social media chatter reflects a growing sense of anticipation, with fans projecting how his athleticism and shot blocking could alter playoff dynamics against top-tier Eastern Conference rivals. Additionally, commentators are debating whether Boucher's three-point shooting, when paired with elite ball handlers and playmakers, could stretch defenses in ways that create new driving lanes and high-percentage scoring opportunities. Discussions among former players suggest that Boucher's versatility may also foster mentorship dynamics, providing younger forwards with a model for hybrid positional play. Behind the scenes, management appears convinced that his addition could serve as a catalyst for deeper rotational experimentation, potentially reshaping Boston's identity in high-stakes scenarios and signaling a commitment to strategic innovation rather than reactive adjustments. Ultimately, the rumor underscores a shared belief. If Boucher joins, the Celtics could achieve both immediate tactical gains and long-term rotational flexibility that enhances competitiveness across the grueling NBA season. The intrigue surrounding Chris Boucher's rumored Celtics signing has intensified as analysts dissect the potential ripple effects on team chemistry, playmaking, and minute distribution, emphasizing that his presence may alter fundamental approaches to both offensive and defensive systems. According to sources familiar with internal discussions, Boston's front office is weighing not only his statistical contributions, but also his intangible impact, including leadership, energy, and the ability to inspire teammates in high-pressure situations. Rumors suggest that Boucher's arrival could force coaching staff to rethink traditional lineup hierarchies, creating opportunities for unconventional combinations that exploit opponent weaknesses and amplify mismatches. Fans on digital platforms have already begun speculating about the rotational possibilities, envisioning scenarios where Boucher's hybrid abilities facilitate rapid switches, flexible coverage schemes, and unexpected offensive bursts. Analysts highlight that Boucher's defensive timing and shot-blocking instinct could allow Boston to press aggressively while mitigating interior vulnerabilities, a strategic advantage that becomes critical in playoff matchups where each possession carries heightened significance. Moreover, the Celtics may leverage his perimeter shooting to open lanes for driving guards and slashers, potentially elevating offensive efficiency in situations previously constrained by predictable spacing. Commentators are debating whether the team might adopt situational rotations designed specifically around Boucher, where he could function as a game-changer during short but high-intensity stretches. Behind the hype, internal sources suggest that Boston views this rumored signing as both a response to immediate roster demands and a forward-looking maneuver, ensuring depth, adaptability, and tactical versatility. In essence, Boucher's potential Celtics role is being analyzed not as a simple addition, but as a strategic lever capable of redefining team dynamics and influencing the trajectory of Boston's season, sparking excitement among fans and pundits alike. Speculation about Chris Boucher's fit with the Celtics has grown increasingly nuanced as insiders explore how his hybrid skill set could redefine rotational strategies, particularly in high-pressure moments where conventional lineups have struggled to maintain both offensive fluidity and defensive stability. Reports indicate that Boston's coaching staff is considering multiple scenarios for his deployment, ranging from extended minutes in small ball configurations to specialized roles emphasizing rim protection and floor spacing during critical stretches. Analysts have noted that Boucher's capacity to defend multiple positions while simultaneously threatening the perimeter with three-point shooting offers tactical flexibility rarely available to Eastern Conference teams, potentially creating matchup advantages that shift the balance in closely contested games. Fans have flooded forums with projections and simulations, debating the combinations of starters and bench players that might maximize Boucher's contributions, while insiders speculate on the subtle impact his presence could have on chemistry, ball movement, and defensive rotations. Beyond the immediate tactical considerations, commentators suggest that Boucher's integration could serve as a case study in modern NBA roster construction, highlighting the increasing value of players who blend athleticism, shooting range, and defensive versatility. Rumors emphasize that Boston's management sees this potential acquisition not as a gamble, but as a calculated maneuver designed to enhance depth, energy, and adaptability in ways that traditional rotations have often failed to achieve. Observers also point out that Boucher's presence could influence minute allocation among star players, allowing the Celtics to maintain high-level intensity while minimizing fatigue, particularly during grueling stretches of consecutive road games. Social media reactions reflect excitement and anticipation, with fans speculating on the stylistic shifts his addition might produce, from faster-paced transitions to more aggressive perimeter coverage. Ultimately, the rumor underscores a broader narrative in the NBA. Teams are increasingly prioritizing flexible, hybrid players capable of altering the strategic calculus in pivotal moments, and Boucher represents a clear embodiment of this trend, generating both hope and intrigue for Boston enthusiasts eager for competitive advantages. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Sources close to the Celtics indicate that Chris Boucher's potential acquisition is being treated as a multi-layered strategic initiative, one that goes beyond simply filling minutes or patching gaps in the rotation. Analysts speculate that Boston's management is carefully evaluating how his defensive versatility, rim protection, and ability to stretch the floor could influence in-game adjustments, substitution patterns, and even the team's overall identity on both ends of the court. Observers highlight that Boucher's unique combination of athleticism and shooting prowess may allow the Celtics to deploy lineups that were previously considered unconventional or high-risk, opening the door for experimental rotations during crucial stretches of the season. Social media has exploded with projections of how Boucher might complement key Celtics players, generating debate over whether his presence will create new offensive options or primarily serve as a defensive stabilizer. Insiders note that this rumored move also reflects broader trends in modern NBA strategy, emphasizing the importance of hybrid forwards who can seamlessly switch between perimeter and post defense while maintaining scoring threats beyond the arc. Analysts suggest that Boston's coaching staff is exploring scenarios where Boucher could function as a tactical wildcard, providing rotational flexibility that allows starters to rest without compromising performance quality. The buzz extends to commentators predicting the psychological impact of his arrival, suggesting that his energy, hustle plays, and defensive timing could inspire teammates and shift the intensity of high-pressure games. Overall, the rumor positions Boucher not merely as a roster addition, but as a potentially transformative piece capable of altering Boston's tactical philosophy and strategic outlook for the remainder of the season. Basketball pundits are increasingly weighing the implications of Chris Boucher joining the Celtics, emphasizing how his arrival could affect lineup synergy, spacing, and the distribution of defensive responsibilities, especially in matchups against elite Eastern Conference contenders. Rumors suggest that Boston is targeting Boucher not only for his individual skills, but also for the way his presence could optimize rotational strategies, allowing coaches to experiment with flexible combinations while maintaining a high level of team cohesion. Analysts argue that Boucher's hybrid profile, able to defend multiple positions and contribute offensively from both inside and beyond the arc, fits perfectly into modern NBA trends where versatility often trumps traditional positional designations. Fans have taken to forums and social media platforms to theorize about potential lineups, minute allocation strategies, and the ripple effects on star players' workload, speculating that his integration could alleviate pressure on key scorers and create opportunities for high-intensity bench rotations. Sources hint at behind-the-scenes discussions emphasizing how Boucher might serve as both a tactical asset and an energizing presence on the court, capable of swinging momentum in crucial moments. Commentators suggest that his shot-blocking instincts, timing on rotations, and three-point shooting could enable Boston to pursue more aggressive defensive schemes without sacrificing offensive efficiency. Rumors also focus on the long-term strategic vision. If Boucher adapts successfully, the Celtics may gain a blueprint for leveraging hybrid forwards to maintain consistent competitiveness throughout the grueling schedule. The excitement among analysts and fans alike underscores the sense that Boston is potentially executing a proactive, forward-looking roster maneuver rather than a reactive adjustment, signaling a commitment to innovation and depth that could shape both immediate outcomes and long-term trajectories. Insider chatter surrounding Chris Boucher's rumored Celtics signing suggests that his role could be far more consequential than a mere bench reinforcement, potentially redefining the team's rotation philosophy in ways that accommodate both star preservation and tactical experimentation. Analysts point out that Boucher's combination of length, agility, and perimeter shooting allows for versatile defensive schemes that can neutralize elite scorers while maintaining the integrity of Boston's spacing and transition opportunities. The Celtics coaching staff is reportedly exploring multiple scenarios for his deployment, ranging from situational crunch time roles to extended minutes in matchups that require both defensive intensity and floor spacing capabilities. Social media reactions indicate that fans are already projecting how BOUCHER's integration might influence chemistry, playmaking, and even leadership dynamics, imagining lineups where his energy and timing create tangible advantages. Rumors swirling around Chris Boucher's potential Celtics deal suggest that this move could trigger a cascade of strategic recalibrations across the team, impacting minute distribution, rotational hierarchies, and defensive assignments in ways that have analysts abuzz with speculation. Sources familiar with internal deliberations indicate that Boston's front office and coaching staff are weighing not just his immediate contributions, but also the subtle ways his hybrid skill set could shift the team's tempo, spacing, and adaptability during pivotal matchups. Observers point out that Boucher's length and defensive instincts allow for aggressive perimeter switches while preserving interior protection, a combination that could enable Boston to adopt more flexible defensive schemes previously constrained by traditional positional limitations. Fans on forums and social media have debated the potential implications for starters' minutes, envisioning scenarios where Boucher's presence allows key scorers to rest without compromising performance intensity. Analysts suggest that his three-point shooting could create new offensive avenues, stretching defenses and opening driving lanes for guards while simultaneously enhancing the team's floor spacing and transition. Insider chatter indicates that Boston sees this rumored acquisition as a forward-looking strategic maneuver, intended not only to bolster immediate depth, but also to provide a template for rotational experimentation and matchup optimization. Commentary from former players emphasizes that Boucher's energy, timing, and defensive versatility could inspire teammates, potentially elevating the team's collective intensity during critical stretches. Overall, the speculation surrounding Boucher underscores a calculated balance of immediate tactical reinforcement and long-term rotational strategy, reflecting a Celtics approach that prioritizes adaptability, depth, and competitive resilience. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.